Bob Melvin coming back to the Bay Area. He is the manager of the San Francisco Giants. And as a person that was on the A's beat for many years with Bob Melvin as the skipper, I can tell you right now, he is the perfect fit for the Giants. Bob Melvin, born in Palo Alto, went to high school in the Bay Area, went to college at Cal in the Bay Area, actually played for the Giants, managed the A's for many years. This guy is Bay Area through and through. He gets this market. He understands the dynamics of this area. He even understands fully the rivalry between the A's and Giants. He is a great fit because he's an excellent communicator. What you're seeing lately in baseball, the analytics side is taking over, especially with the Giants. You've seen it in recent years. Platoons for days. Guys pulled out of the lineup, guys put in the lineup, guys coming off the bench. It's almost at times inexplicable how many moves they make. The A's, when they were very successful under Melvin, were a big-time platoon team. Why does it work with Bob Melvin? Maybe not as well with other managers. Melvin is an excellent communicator. The guys in the clubhouse raved about him. If you were going to be in the lineup on a certain day, or not in the lineup another day, or coming off a bench, or defining a bullpen role, not knowing why you're pitching in this inning versus that inning, etc., Melvin was ahead of it. He always made sure all the guys knew what their roles were, what their expectations were, and why they were doing it. You know, analytics can feel robotic at times. Melvin injects the human side into it. These are human beings. Baseball players aren't robots and stat machines, right? They have emotions, they have good days, they have bad days, they have personal lives, they have personal issues off the field. Melvin is an extraordinary communicator. Here's an example of how, as a media member, we work with Melvin. You know, often at times, we would ask Gabe Kapler questions. You'd see it in the clubhouse, in the dugout. He would sometimes not understand that we knew the answers, but we'd have to extract the manager to say them, a general theme of the day, etc. And he would be a little bit resistant to it, kind of putting up a fight. Melvin, like, when you ask him a question, he almost picks up where you're going with it halfway through, and then he'll just be like, oh yeah, I got this, and he'll finish the statement. He really understands how everything works. Let me tell you a story. And this is a story I haven't told many people publicly. It's been a story I've told privately as an example of why Bob Melvin is such a good skipper, such a good leader. I, as A's insider, used to talk on the radio all the time about the A's. The roster, the clubhouse, things behind the scenes. And one day I said something on the radio that apparently irked one of the A's coaches. I'll leave them nameless for now. I got into the clubhouse on a morning of a game, and I was told, hey, this coach, not happy with what you said, and Bob is not happy either. And I said, whoa, what did I say to anger Bob Melvin? This can't be good. So I found out that the ire of one of the coaches was that I said that some of the pitchers like throwing to a certain catcher more than another catcher, and I was like, okay, I mean, that's just what they told me, but, you know, I apologize, I'll figure it out. So I pulled Bob Melvin aside, and I said, hey, this coach is mad. He said, you're mad that I said this in this scenario. Bob looks at me, smiles, and says, is that what you're hearing from the guys? And I said, yeah, that's what I'm hearing from the guys. He looked at me again and he said, all right, go with it then. Like, he totally understood. He was not upset at all. It was just a matter of maybe one of the coaches wasn't happy that it got out a certain thing was taking place a certain way. Again, I don't want to use names because I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but it demonstrates the real level of understanding that Bob Melvin has. You know, as a young beat writer, I was worried the skipper was mad at me, and no. He said, if that's what you're hearing, then tell the truth. I thought that was really cool. Another thing that I really, really loved, a demonstration of how much the players really, really like and really, really embrace Bob Melvin. One of the A's champagne celebrations. I was in the middle of it, getting sprayed, my eyes were burning. Josh Donaldson walked up to me. He said, hey, is your recorder on? So I got out my voice recorder. And he gave this impassioned speech right into the recorder amidst the champagne celebration in the clubhouse, all about how much love and respect he has for Bob Melvin, how he would do anything for him, how great of a skipper he is. It was really cool. I've gone back and looked for that clip so many times and I couldn't find it. But it was really an interesting moment that really showed how much they care about Bob Melvin deeply. I just think this is a great hire for the Giants. I think they need to inject more of the human side into it. I think Bob Melvin's experience, too, is so key because you're going to see a guy that obviously knows how to work very closely with an analytical side of baseball, but also a guy that knows to use his gut, use his instincts, use his many, many years of baseball experience to perhaps overrule a decision here and there to do what he thinks is right. And I think that this hiring is going to mesh so well, like I said before, the analytical brain of the Giants with the human side of the roster. It's a great fit all around, and it's just great to have Bob Melvin back in the Bay Area. I don't talk too much about the Giants here because a lot of other people do that very capably. I like to keep it on the A's side as much as I can, but it will be cool to go over there and see him, and it'll be cool to have him back here in the Bay Area where he belongs. So, Giants fans, if you're watching this, take it from me, someone that was in the A's clubhouse, in the A's dugouts, on the road, even been at dinner with Bob Melvin. Great guy, great skipper. I think he's going to be an excellent fit for this Giants team.